Rampage Jackson is Rampage Jackson's son. Rampage Jackson's been sort of building a name for himself recently by live streaming his entire day, similar to Rampage, going around, having some fun, doing some fun things, and live streaming it to the world. But yesterday, things got a little out of control. There's video circulating of Rampage Jackson going into a wrestling ring, power bombing, not actually power bombing, picked him up from behind, suplexing. Wait, was it a power? Oh, he picked him up and then he dumped him. Yeah, it was a power bomb. He dumped him. Power bombing a wrestler and then laying elbows and punches to his face. 43, I believe, unanswered strikes while that person was unconscious. Then he left the ring. And it was a wild situation where people didn't know, is this scripted? Is this part? Is it not? And it seemingly today seems like it was not scripted. It was not part of anything. And it was a wild misunderstanding that almost got that man dead.
He's still in the hospital.
He's like a 55-year-old man that just got absolutely mauled. My name is Angelo. This is Josh Thompson. Welcome to Bad Takes, where we break down the chaos that was the Rampage Jackson situation. So, Josh, you saw all of the individual clips along the way of what's happened here?
Yeah, I mean, let's start off. I know we're going to start off towards the end, but let me play you this audio of him. And because he's walking down the street after the venue. I'm assuming this is last night because it happened yesterday during the day.
And it was all live streamed.
He's walking down the street yelling, talking about exactly what had happened. Earlier in the day, the big guy that he ended up, hitting and knocking out and then finishing him off. And like literally, like you said, 43 unanswered punches as he's knocked out. You see his head bouncing off the canvas, just taking more shots. And these are like full mount, no defense, no rolling with the punch, nothing. Straight to the jaw, straight to the face, right to the dome. And you see his head bouncing off of there. Like, this all escalated, I think, from earlier where there was a video of the bigger guy smashing a can over his head. Now, I think that was a bit, but you could tell there was some... Go ahead.
It wasn't a bit. It was a misunderstanding.
Oh.
So the wrestler... So Rampage Jackson is at this wrestling event. I think he's behind the scenes. He's being filmed. He gets followed all day long with a film crew. It's in real life streaming. So he's being filmed, and the wrestler thought that Raja was part of the cast, that this was all included. So he smashed a can, not a bottle, a can, like a Coke can over his head. And Raja gets in his face. They yell back and forth. But you hear people in the background say, he's not part of this, dude. He's not part of this. He's not crew. He's not crew. Basically telling the wrestler, like, dude, this is a regular guy that you just did that to. So that was their very first interaction that sort of built the tension for what happened. So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then you can hear, then this whole thing happens inside the ring. And then you see the video that I just saw this morning of Raja walking down the street, leaving the venue, and some of the wrestlers with the Lucha Libre mask kind of following him and walking after him, telling him, hey, man, you got to go. You got to go. Here's the audio of Raja leaving. Oops, let me play it.
Real shit. One of them a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Come on, man. We leaving, man. We walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go. Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit to me, bro.
Let's go,
you can't do shit to me. You can't fuck with me, bro.
Let's go.
You can't fuck with me.
Damn.
So he's very clearly fired up. So where this is kludgy. So if let's just say we take it at face value that this was all true, right? It started, meaning not scripted. Anything that happens in a wrestling ring, there's always a little bit of skepticism. It's in a wrestling ring, and sorry, basement dwellers, wrestling's fake. So we had the misunderstanding with the can, where the wrestler thought that, are you just finding out wrestling's fake now too, Josh?
Oh,
we had the misunderstanding.
You're wild, man.
With the can, where the wrestler, if this is all true, hits the can over his head, doesn't realize he's not part of the cast, it turns into something. Then hours later at the event, the wrestler's in the ring, wrestling, putting on a show. Roger goes in, double leg picks him up. I thought he picked him up from behind, but I guess not. Double leg picks him up, slams him down. The dude hits his head on the mat. He's unconscious. Roger elbows him in the face like crazy, then leaves. And the audio Josh just played is him leaving, still fired up, being like, these people keep effing with me. They keep effing with me. Now, if that's all true, if it's all true, none of it was scripted, that's all real, that's a fucking problem. Like, that is a problem. If Raja attacked that dude in the moment when the can hit him in the head, okay, you got hit in the head with a can. Like, go ahead, defend yourself, right? You thought you were being attacked. But for hours later to be sitting in a chair ringside to then go in and attack the dude, crazy. If it's all real, I imagine that dude is arrested and there's some very serious charges brought against him. But, oh, go ahead.
No, but. You said but.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great, but there is a lot of speculation that it isn't real, that this was scripted. A lot of people think that the whole thing was scripted. Start to finish, the whole thing was scripted. It's all fake. He did eat a bunch of strikes to the face, but, you know, some of them were on the chest and it was a little slop. Some people think the entire thing was scripted. It was just part of the show and it's doing what it was supposed to do. It's going viral. Do you think it was scripted? You're a professional fighter. You've laid elbows down on people. You have very, notably had elbows landed on you many, 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 many times. So do you think watching that happen, the way that the elbows were going, the slam, that guy was unconscious instantly, does it feel real? Just did it look real?
It looked extremely real. And I was explaining that before. I said it looked like his head was bouncing off the canvas, off the ring apron, just bang, bang. I mean, and it looked like also too blood everywhere. Like
was he bleeding? It was hard.
Yeah.
It is. The footage is kind of shitty. It's hard to tell.
You see Raja's shirt when he's walking down the street. There's blood on his shirt. There's blood on the bottom portion of his shirt where that guy's. Yeah. So better lawyer up, son, if it is real, because that's going to be a huge deal. Huge.
Now,
huge.
There are there is one other clip that's adding a little zest to, is this real or not? Because he's sitting, there's an audio clip. It's video, but you don't show him. Like, the video's looking at the ring, but you hear him talking. And he's sitting there and he's saying something like, they told me to go in there. I think it's before it happens. They told me to go in there, slam him, and just start laying down punches and somebody will pull me off. So he says that before it happened, before he went in there and did it. You hear that audio. So if that's the case, then I think this is half real. I think it's half real. I think there has been about 5 or 6 different misunderstandings and miscommunications that led to this guy getting fucked up. I do think the guy got fucked up. I think that's real. I think, though, the can in the beginning was a misunderstanding. I assume that guy assumed, you see a camera crew following somebody around. Yeah. Wrestlers are professional actors, so he assumed, it's a can, whatever. So I assume that was a genuine misunderstanding. Then I think, this is a local wrestling promotion. I think the promoters got a little excited. Oh, Rampage's son is here. He's streaming live on Kick. Tell you what, you go in there, you pick him up, slam him down, hit him a few times, we'll pull you off. It'll be great. But nobody told anybody in the ring that that's what was supposed to happen. So then he does it. They all assume it's a bit, so that's why they're not pulling him off, but nobody told him that they should be the ones to pull him off. So then he's just going nuts, and then he leaves, and then the audio you played is very, very real, but that could be him after I don't want to say got taken advantage of, but that could be him after he attacked that dude. Nobody pulled him off, and it was just this giant cluster. So I'm in the camp that it's a hybrid misunderstanding, that he didn't just out of nowhere on his own volition with no outside anything attack this dude.
Okay, so let me ask you this though. If I'm a pro wrestler and I see him go unconscious, you keep doing it?
Some of these
you keep like the with the level of which I saw the Sharks landing in terms of,
that dude was out for a while.
That's where you're gonna have some problem. Like, it doesn't matter even like if I'm a professional or I'm trying to be a professional, you got to know what's real and what's not. I'll give you an example. I've done a couple movies, like D-level movies in Asia and stuff like that. Like, I started off doing the stunts, like kicking people, and they even had like belly pads and like back protectors, and And then they would say, hey, it's a little too hard. I'm like, these fucking pussies. But then you realize, like, after, like, we've done this take like 12 or 13 times. I've kicked you in the gut 12 or 13 times. Even with the padding, it hurts. This dude literally no gloves, slammed him pretty much on his head, jumped into mount, hit him multiple times. And I'm like, damn, like, to see his head bouncing, to see his body. I hope this is a work, but it just didn't look, it looked so real. And like you said, the video footage was crap. So maybe it was. The energy at the end was exciting. Like, he seemed like he was speaking from the heart. You've got the guys following him outside. It looked as real as it possibly could be. And then all the takes on after that was he's in the hospital. Like, he may not live. He's in ICU right now. All these things. If you're Quentin Jackson, you're like, damn, son. Like, this is the other avenue I wanted to get with is I have 2 kids. You have 2 kids. As a parent, to see something happen to your child, like realizing we're going to go through it now. If this is true,
it's real. Yeah.
That's a very, very, it's very difficult to deal with. I think if you're that parent.
Now, Rampage did he did speak on it. Mm-hmm. I believe it was in Twitter, but Rampage said Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head moments before that match. And then he said Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. This is Rampage talking, I thought it was part of the show. It was bad judgment. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a wrestler. He has no business being involved in an event like this. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and well-being of Mr. Smith. I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. So he's basically saying what I'm saying, that it wasn't a work, but he was told to go do this. And you're at a wrestling event, you assume it's a work. Then he also threw in the fact that Raja had a concussion a few days earlier. I don't know if he's getting out there like
mental.
He didn't have his full wits about him.
Yeah.
But Rampage said they told him to go in the ring. I believe that. I do not think that Raja just decided to violently attack this guy out of nowhere.
Well, having a concussion a few days ago and then getting hit over the head with the beer can and then going in there and slamming this, there's a lot of things that could lead up to this. But regardless, I think the health and safety of that guy, whether he's 50 or 60 years old, whatever.
He's not young. He's 47.
Yeah. Bro, you're like 1 year behind him.
Okay, first of all, I'm 42.
You look like you're 49.
And actually, he might not be 40. The 47 I'm reading is how old Rampage is. So I don't know how old that guy is.
Yeah, he looks like he's older.
He does look older.
Yeah, he does look older.
And then it got worse because he's like a soldier with PTSD that started pro wrestling to take back his life. And then this happens. It's like, jeez. No, it's an awful situation because 100% worst case scenario, none of this was a work. None of it was influenced. And this kid just mauled that guy and he's going to get an attempted murder charge. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario still sucks. Best case scenario is that this actually true 100% best case scenario was that this was a work start to finish and that dude wasn't even unconscious. No way that's true. So then the best reasonable scenario is they did tell him to go in there. They told him to do that. They didn't tell the other people. And there was just this big misunderstanding. And now Raja just attacked this dude under the impression that it was just part of this event. And now Raja has to live with the random weird guilt of I just destroyed this dude. Because that guy is in the hospital. He's awake. He's stable. But what if things go south? What if there's permanent damage and this kid just has to live with that? If he wasn't the one that chose to do this, if they said, yeah, go in there, do this, it'll be a great time. And then he does it. And then now he's got that weighing over him. It's crazy.
There's a lot to take in here. There's a lot to absorb and to, sift through because was it a work? Great. How much blame do you put on Raja? Because once you see someone is out,
stop.
You just keep doing what they're doing. And you should have been looking around going hey dude, when are you guys going to try to stop this shit? I thought I was just supposed to hit until you guys stopped me and none of you guys are jumping in. They legitimately looked all afraid of him until that big muscle bound guy got in there and was able to grab Raja by the front headlock. He had the double overs on the belt on basically a chest wrap.
Yeah.
and then just pressed him to the corner and was like, stay here, please. And even then, the other guys, the other wrestlers that were in there, they were like afraid to even touch him, even when he was being held. I was like,
I
dude.
assume they were just confused as shit. I assume they were like, what is going on?
Now, this lets you know that pro wrestling, like, I know some pro wrestlers that can actually fight, but these dudes,
They're
obviously,
stuntmen. Yeah.
they're just straight up afraid. Straight up
Yeah.
afraid. They didn't know what to do. They looked lost. They were like, oh my God, he's really hitting him. Like, oh, one guy stepped in to like do something. He saw he was really hitting him and he like backed away, like, oh, I'm not getting hit. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah. His fucking vagina swelled up and got all yeah, it was not a good look for this organization, whatever organization this is. Shitty situation for Quentin to be in, especially for his son to have to sit there and you're gonna have to go through it right now to protect your boy.
100% misunderstanding or not, even if it is a misunderstanding, he likely is going to have to defend himself in court. The only way he doesn't have to defend himself in court is if every single person involved is like tells the police and the prosecutor this was fake down the line. And there's no way they're going to get that. So there will be some sort of investigation and police and all that. And if they bring charges, he'll have to defend himself. If they don't bring charges, then we know it was a work and they let him know it was a work ahead of time, because even a misunderstanding, it's like, all right, so the misunderstanding ends here, right? After 5 strikes, we give you misunderstanding.
Yeah.
The other 32 were kind of a problematic. So real tough situation to be in. Rampage was just like, and this doesn't directly affect him. It does. It's his son, but it's not as if Rampage is the one that had an incident here. But
it's going to be his pocketbook probably.
I mean, that is true. And what I was saying is he just started building this whole second life live streaming. This whole new version of Rampage where he's just live streaming his life has been unbelievable. He's a wildly entertaining guy. He always has been. Now he's got like that older millennial type vibe, and it's just been great content. It's been unbelievable. And he's been doing a lot of it with his son, and then now obviously it's going to get all.
If you've been around Quentin Jackson, he is fucking the greatest, hands down the greatest guy. One of the greatest guys, just fun, entertaining, cracks jokes. He's just fun, man. He's fun. He is the very first guy that I ever met. He actually gave me the idea. I never really went to strip clubs. He went a lot.
He gave me the idea to go to strip clubs.
No, not the strip, not going to strip clubs. One time I went and met him there with some other friends of ours. He was the first fighter ever to say, hey, you see all these guys throwing around dollar bills? I go with $2 bills. He takes $2 bills to the strip club because he knows that's going to attract more of the top end women. So these are the
literal the $2 versions, the $2 bills,
the real $2 bills.
Oh, not $1, a $2 bill.
Real one. It's a $1, but it's
real
$2 bill.
$2,
It's a $2 bill. He went and he gets sleeves of them, like stacks and sleeves of $2 bills, and just he's out there making it rain, throwing it around. Yeah, he's out there having a great time, man. All the women come to him for $2 bills because they can go over there with that guy down the road that's not as famous, but and then he also doesn't have to pay more. He's not throwing 5s. He's not throwing 10s. He's not throwing 50s and 100s. Okay, he's throwing $2 bills. I got that girl's attention for $1 extra.
Yeah,
$1 extra.
So funny.
Where do you think they're going to go?
Funny.
Smart. One of the smartest plays I've ever met in my life.
Sure, yeah.
But great play.
Well, let us know what you think of this situation. Was it a work? Was it entirely real? Or is it some sort of hybrid in between? You get side A, you get side B, and then you have the gray in the middle. Let us know what you think about this. My name is Angelo. This is Josh Thompson. That was another Bad Takes.